patrolling guards, many cameras, and an electric fence, this mysterious coastal property was not a simple mission, but it contained rewards worth the effort. In today's Urbandoned video, we are continuing our quest to document the UK's various decommissioned coal-fired power stations, this time bringing us to South Wales to look at Aberthaw B.
Jesus Christ, look at the size. Absolutely colossal room, filled with machinery.
Join me on a solo adventure to discover what remains inside the gargantuan structure.
Alistair,
What?
have you heard that 85% of people are not subscribed?
You're joking? They need to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell to never miss a video.
Hi guys, the video will be starting shortly, but first I want to talk to you about BetterHelp. Excuse the fit, we are currently on a road trip whilst I am recording this. There have been times in my life where I feel that I have experienced depression and anxiety, mostly during the end of my college time and the start of university. I would feel isolated, alone, lost. I would stop enjoying things that I like doing. I'd lose contact with close friends, and I wouldn't have motivation to do everyday activity. I sought therapy whilst at university. I went online and looked through various different options until one that I thought was suitable came up. But really that's where the problems began. It just felt like you had an impersonal connection with the person that you were reaching out to. It didn't end up being for me, and I remember after one session with a therapist, I felt so uncomfortable just about how things were being spoken about that I cancelled my subscription. And that's where BetterHelp, the partner of today's video, come in. I think if I'd have known about them back then in all seriousness, it would have been a game changer. And maybe it could be for you too. BetterHelp connects you with a credentialised therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful advice. So about the birds. First you go to their site, answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call, video chat or messaging, however you'd feel most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist, all from the comfort of your own home. You can visit betterhelp.com/urbandoned or use Urbandoned when you first sign up, and you'll get a special discount for the first month. Thank you to BetterHelp and also for giving me a platform to talk about some of my struggles, and I really hope you guys enjoy today's exploration. See you later.
It is 2022. After various brief visits to the defunct Aberthaw B power station over the last 12 months, this time we were determined to capture it on film. We would begin by following a similar route on the coal yard side that would take us close to the protected facility. With a range of defence mechanisms in place, and their condition constantly changing throughout the period when the complex was visited secretly by urban explorers, we would find the structure more locked down than ever before. Although we visited as a trio, only I would manage to enter the formidable plant's grounds beyond the ringing electric fence and sneak alone towards the building. Thankfully, it wouldn't be long until I discovered an open entry.
Finally inside. This one took some work, but the results are just fantastic. Here you can see on my left hand side is the humongous turbine hall, which is split into two sections. The turbines on the far side. It's absolutely immense.
Silence within the complex. It was the first time I had ever explored a building of this scale alone, so it was quite a surreal experience initially.
I'm just staying in this bit right now, only because I'm by myself. And I'm walking the full length of the building, past all these hoppers. Because I feel like if I go quite quietly, and someone enters or makes a sound anywhere else, I'll be able to hear him and quickly get myself to cover. However, it's drawing to an end, so I think it's best we go down and take a look at these amazing turbines. Looks like the coast is clear. Jesus Christ. Look at the size of these. They're very different to any I've seen before. Almost in a box shape. You can see with the fence around this one, and there you go, right inside. There's the huge blade. It's getting stripped. This one is in immaculate condition. Absolutely perfect, but silent. Out of use for a few years now. And probably coming to the end of its lifespan. You can see when I walk beside it how large it is. It has the condenser at the back. And I believe there's 4 going all the way down this turbine hall. This one is also in really good condition. You can take a closer look at all the knobs. It's very stiff. Really nice panels. I love the blue colour as well.
On previous visits, we had only been granted mere moments to photograph the incredible turbine hall in the early hours of the morning, before the space was swarming with workers, so it felt truly amazing to have the hall entirely to myself, walking past the colossal turbines with my footsteps sending echoes around the walls. Aberthaw B station opened in 1971, leaving the older A station to subsequently close down and be demolished in the late 90s. As of 2008, the plant had a generating capacity of 1,399 megawatts, comprising of 3 turbo alternators.
That's the control room building there. We'll have to check that in a sec. This is it. A very interesting control room. But not to be right now, unless we can find another way. Looks quite cool in there, to be fair. Look at that ceiling. So cool. I sadly don't think we can get in, but on closer inspection it does look quite stripped in there. There's only 2 panels I can see that look quite dated, and the rest I feel would have computer monitors on them. At least I've caught a glimpse of it, despite it being through a very dirty window. Some really nice gauges atop the turbines. Huge heater. There's one of these by every turbine, I believe. Nice green paint. The light getting allowed into here is amazing, especially at the far ends of this second section. Earlier on it was glowing.
To respond to the 2002 renewable energy obligation from the UK government, the coal-fired station started to fire biomass materials to replace coal. Until then, its position on the coast meant that cooling was provided by seawater, and the nearby Tower Colliery would supply coal until its closure.
This looks like an exporting warehouse. Huge shutters to my right, where goods would be brought in. Check all this stuff out. There's old gauges. And a ton of items. Definitely workshops. You can see an old machine there too. Looks like some sort of hydraulic press, but I might be wrong. Kind of have to ignore those huge bangs. I think it's just wind. Another workshop. Classic factory iconography on the walls. I don't think you'll be able to see any of it on the video, but you can catch my drift of what it is. I think I might as well, considering I'm just on my own. Get the best view of the turbine hall from up above on the gantry. Absolutely colossal room, filled with machinery. You can see the effects that the harsh winds by the sea have caused on the building here. All this rust, and the window panes missing. This isn't a place that can be accessed by regular kids and vandals. So all that is just natural. And it's affecting this gantry, to be honest. It's a bit bouncy, but we move. Incredible seeing all the turbines from up here. Shows you that they go down 2-3 floors as well, which goes all the way to ground level. Currently we're probably like 3 floors off ground level, and this building just keeps on going up.
After operation for almost half a century, Wales's last coal-fired power station announced its closure in August 2019. Its original shutdown date was in 2021, but it was brought forward due to market conditions, having only been utilised for electricity generation when required since 2017. Losing 170 jobs, the B station closed on the 31st of March 2020.
Gives you a better idea of the devastating work that's going on to that turbine. Its entire core has been removed, but great to see the inner workings, something you would never get a chance to get in an active power station. Atop the obligatory gantry crane, we have to get up. Not the largest one this time around because this turbine hole splits into two, but I'm sure it could pick up 50 times my weight, if that. Have a close look at the hook.
I had completed the turbine hall by now, following an overview of the space from the gantry level. Next, I planned to head upwards in the boilerhouse to eventually reach the highest roof.
Pushing further into the boilerhouse now, as we start to climb this humongous half of the building. It's a network of pipes and walkways. I think the first place to start is the staircase. It's quite a workout. Two huge funnels making their way down. Coming from the highest heights and going to the bottom of the boiler house. Notice this as I was coming up. See the sign here that says poor lighting. And then when the builders were obviously working on this bit, they've gone to town with those little bulb lights. Just thought it was a nice little detail. I'm completely lost in here, but I'm trying to make my way to the roof. Wouldn't mind seeing a few more machines, such as the boiler, or boilers should I say, as I make my way up. Natural light coming in is unreal. Really highlights those faint colours that are still just about made out behind the dust. I think this is the boilers. Yeah. More really nice light coming in from that huge window. We can see how large this thing is. There's two more behind me. Very cool. An old skylight above the boilers just shows this building's age. You wouldn't see something like that in a factory today. I think this is it. We're almost there. Oh my god, I thought it was locked for a second, but the door is wide open. Oh, what an effort. Wow, it's so nice to have the breeze on my face after ascending something like that. Look at the view as well. Beautiful fields and meadows for days. Right next to the sea. The waves are crashing.
It felt like a fitting place to conclude my exploration of the power station, looking out from the towering boiler house over the land that was deliberately chosen for the construction all those decades ago. Following closure, there have been multiple redevelopment outcomes suggested, including a nuclear power station and a site for tidal energy generation, both stating that the South Wales coast was ideal for such results. However, neither came into fruition, and in 2023 the grounds were bought for £8 million, earmarking a further £30 million necessary to demolish Aberthaw and create a clean energy hub in its place. In 2024, demolition is heavily ongoing at the plant, its old turbines long gone and the control room stripped. It won't be long until the familiar locals hear the ear-splitting booms that symbolise 50 years of industrial heritage lost in one explosion. Here are some of our photographs captured at the abandoned Aberthaw power station. If you like the look of them, check out our Instagram page in the description, where we share images from our explores months before they are seen on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We're currently on another urbex road trip, filming more fascinating places to show you in due time. See you next time.